Hello, good morning. Welcome to DBT, which stands for Dialectical Behavioral Therapy. And we are still continuing on with distress tolerance. And today we're going to be talking about tip and accepts. And I have a person here in class with me today because today we have classes that are in person as well as online. So I'm teaching the classes in person and online. And so if you hear somebody commenting or sharing their point of view, that's what it is. And are you here for class or do you? Okay, that's fine. Okay, I just didn't know if you needed information. Take your time. So we're here for classes and we'll start off our class with a mindfulness activity. And our mindfulness activity, I am going to have us just sit back, relax, close our eyes, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Just relax, feel your back against the chair, your feet on the ground. And when you inhale, think the word wise. And when you exhale, think the word mind. So wise, mind. Wise, mind. Inhale wise, exhale mind. Wise, mind. Okay. Inhale, exhale, open your eyes and come back to the room. Now, I personally love that mindfulness activity. Deborah saying she liked it. Deborah, what did you get out of the activity? You're relaxed. Okay. And the cool thing is when you're breathing in wise mind is a mindfulness concept. Okay. And wise mind isn't necessarily the easiest choice, but it will usually be the right choice. You're taking into consideration the emotional, the rational, and you're coming together to what's right. It's a centering thing. So when you're breathing in wise, exhaling mind, you're coming in from considering the whole and moving forward. And wise mind, like I said, isn't always going to be the easy choice, but usually be the right choice. And it's going to take some effort on your part usually, but it's worth the effort. So, like I said, one of my favorite mindfulness activities. Thank you for sharing it with me, everybody. So, with that said, let us, if anybody has anything to say about sharing the Wise Mind activity, the Wise Mind mindfulness activity with us, please feel free to comment. I need to go to Google Docs and I need to download the documents we are using today. And one second, let me. My drive. Okay. Highlight. Okay. And no, we need to, and share. Let's see here. Nope. Okay. Share. Nope. Distress tolerance. I did this just a second ago. I know how to make documents share. Okay, there we go. And copy link. Link copied. And we're going to go to live. And we're going to Control V, enter. These are the documents we are using for DBT today. We are using TIP, we are using accepts, and we're going to talk about how to use TIP. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about TIP. And the TIP document looks like this. You see the words TIP. And the T stands for temperature. Temperature of your face with cold water to calm down fast. Holding your breath, put your face in a bowl of cold water or hold a cold pack or zip pack of cold water on your eyes and cheeks. Hold for 30 seconds. Keep water above 50 degrees. Well, I got a bag of cold water right here. Let me pass one out to and one to me. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take our cold water and we're going to apply it to our forehead. Hold your breath. Hold it there for a good 10 to 15 seconds. Feel it on your forehead, how it makes you feel. If it's too cold, feel free to remove it. And when it feels uncomfortable, do remove it. Now, how did that make you feel? Nice. It made you feel nice. For me, it broke up the anxiety I was feeling over presenting my class. And I use TIP. I use TIP a lot. I used to be a self-harmer. I used to have suicidal ideation thoughts on a daily basis. And when it was too much and I was urging too hard, I would get TIP and I would put the bag to my head and it would break that urge stream. It would break the thoughts and it would allow me to use skills that were better suited. It took the stress of the urge away and allowed me to move forward, allowed me to go on to distraction, allowed me to go on to skills I could use. So using temperature, you put, if you got a big bowl, put ice water in it, put your face in it, hold your breath until it feels. And what happens, Amanda said it helped bring her back to the present. It does. What happens is, if you turn the page, on the second page, it explains how and why TIP works. When you put your full face in the cold water or on the Ziploc bag under your cheeks and hold your breath, it tells your brain you're diving underwater. This causes the dive response to occur. It may take 15 to 30 seconds to start, but what happens during this dive response is that your heart slows down, the blood flow to non-essential organs is reduced, and blood is now redirected to your brain and heart. This will be useful as distress tolerance strategy when you're having very strong distressing emotion or when you're having very strong urges to engage in dangerous behaviors. This strategy works best when you're sitting quietly. Activity and distraction may make this less effective. So if I didn't have a bag or I didn't have a bowl ready, I would get ice cubes out of the freezer and I would hold them in my hand. I would just hold those ice cubes in my hand just to have that cold presence to snap me out of the stress, to break the strong urge, to to break wanting to engage in a dangerous behavior. And I would use tip. There's times when I would tip 3 to 5 times in a day if I was having really bad strong urges to harm, or if my thinking was just so distorted about not wanting to be here, not wanting to be part of life. So using tip is a very quick way to break that urge, to break that thought cycle, to take that high stress and make you able to use a distraction skill that we're going like accepts, which we'll be talking about here in a little bit. So that's the T for tip. That's temperature. Let me write it on the whiteboard so we can go over it one letter at a time. So we're talking about tip. T-I-P. And the T is temperature. Okay. Now the I stands for intense exercise. And Deborah, if you want to participate in this, you can. If this is something you don't feel comfortable doing, you don't have to do. I won't make anybody do something I wouldn't do. So do what you feel comfortable doing. But the I in tip stands for intense exercise. And use intense exercise to calm your body when it is revved by an emotion. Engage in intense exercise, if only for a short while. Expend your body's stored up physical energy by running, walking fast, jumping, playing basketball, lifting weights, etc. So what I'm going to do right now, so you can see an example of what intense exercise is, I'm going to run in place for hopefully 30 seconds. Hopefully I can endure 30 seconds. And now notice, before we start this, notice where you're at. Notice what's on the inside, how you feel. Okay, and now we're going to do intense running in place for 30 seconds. Are you marked? Get set, go. Okay, that was about 30 seconds. Your breathing's changed. My muscles are relaxing.
Yes, and muscles.
And Deborah's muscles are relaxing. And anything I was thinking before this intense exercise is really out of my head. So I'm able to deal now, to go to a skill that I couldn't reach before because my stress was so high. So that is a way to use intense exercise to calm your body down when it's revved up by emotion. And as you saw, I wasn't doing intense exercise for hours. It was just a quick 30 seconds to break that high emotion or urge, so I can go on to a skill that I can use to improve the situation. So that's the I, intense exercise. Take some rest, Deborah. You deserve them. Thank you. The P in tip stands for paced breathing. Paced breathing. and paired muscle relaxation. So the P has two meanings. The P is paired breathing and paired muscle relaxation. So for paced breathing, what do you do? Pace your breathing by slowing it down. Breathe deeply into your belly. Put your hand on your belly if you need. Put your other hand up here on your chest. Breathe deeply into your belly. Show the pace of your inhaling and exhaling way down. On average, it says 5 to 6 breaths per minute. Breathe in more slowly. Breathe out more slowly than you breathe in. For example, 5 seconds on the inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7 seconds on the out. Now, my personal number tends to be 4 and 8. That's just my personal number. So 5 seconds on the in. The exhale is usually longer than your inhale. So that's how you would do paced breathing, and do that for a good couple minutes. Do that to relax your body, just like when we were doing the mindfulness activity, how we were breathing in and breathing out. It took us from into a relaxed state. So paced breathing will take that intense urge or intense emotion and break it, so you can then go to skills you can use. Now, paired muscle relaxation. What's paired muscle relaxation? Paired muscle relaxation is something you use to calm down by pairing muscle relaxation with our breathing. Okay, so once again, you're breathing deeply into your belly and tense your body muscles. Not real hard, but tense those body muscles. Notice that, bring your shoulders up, scrunch your face, point your toes or flex your toes. Now release it. When you breathe out, say the word relax and let go of the tension. Breathe in, tense up. Breathe out, relax. Tense up, relax. And on each relaxation, at least for me, I relax even more. Deborah, how is it for you?
Yes.
You're relaxed, yeah. And are you relaxing even more each time you do the relax? Yes. So see, so that's another way to take that intensity, that high intensity, and bring it down. So with paired muscle relaxation. So we went over tip, and I explained how the cold water works, how it produces the diving effect. So, and try it out. Seriously, give it a try. You saw me try it. Deborah tried it here. I would not have you try something if I did not already try it myself or do it myself. And using the cold water is something I have used a lot. Another way to get cold in the wintertime, when I'm driving, I tend to get panicking when I'm driving or high anxiety while driving. In the wintertime, your window is cold. If you put your hand on your window, you can feel that cold, and it can help take you out of that panic moment and bring you more into the present moment. So, just different things to think about. Also, another way for cooler effect, a pillow. If you flip your pillow, sometimes it's cooler on the other side. Now, obviously not as an intense cold like the ice cubes, but that coolness can bring down the restlessness of not being able to fall asleep, maybe. So something else to think about. Now the next page we talk about distress tolerance handout 6B talks about paired muscle relaxation step by step. And I tend to use paired muscle relaxation step by step when I'm going to bed at night because I have a very hard time with sleep. Sleep takes me a long while. So if I want to get into a quicker sleep pattern, falling asleep in the first 60 to 90 minutes versus being awake 3 hours later, I will do paired muscle relaxation to help get me into the sleep state. So when you're doing paired muscle relaxation, it can be very helpful to practice with each of your muscle groups first. Now, when we were doing this, we were tensing up our whole bodies. With paired muscle relaxation, we're going to start with different body parts. So, and we'll do it together. We'll give it a try, and we'll do a quick one. We'll do a quick paired muscle relaxation with larger muscle groups. And I'll explain how you can do smaller muscle groups as soon as we do the exercise. So put yourself into a comfortable position, both feet on the floor, and observe your breathing. And what we're going to do is we're going to tense our feet and calves. Curl your toes, point them downwards, scrunch up your calves, and then we're going to release it. Release your feet, release your calves. Breathe, feel the relaxation. Okay, now we're going to do our thighs and quads and buttocks. Clench that up. Tighten up. Relax it. Relax your thighs, your hams, your buttocks. Next, we're going to tighten our back and stomach, our lower backs. Keep breathing. Relax it. Relax your stomach and your back. Now we're going to tense our arms and shoulders. Put your hands into a fist. Scrunch up your shoulders. Scrunch up your center back. Relax your shoulders. Let go of the fists. Relax. Breathe in the relaxation. Now scrunch up your face. Scrunch down your neck. Make an ugly eyebrow face. Scrunch your scalp. Relax it. And as you breathe relaxed, feel the relaxation from your head to your shoulders, your arms, your buttocks, your quads, your hips, your calves, your feet. Feel the whole body relaxed as you breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in the relaxation. Now that's a quicker paired relaxation because we use the large muscle groups. Now, if you want to, you can use smaller muscle groups. You can just do your feet at one time. So you just focus on your feet and then relax your feet. Just focus on your calves, then relax. Just focus on your upper legs and relax. So you can do one body part at a time. And then as you release, focus on the release, how relaxed you feel. And so that's how you would do paired muscle relaxation. Like I said, I tend to do paired muscle relaxation to help with sleep. Let's say you had an extremely stressful day at the office, or you had a really awkward visit with an aunt and uncle and just stressed you out. Go home. Sit in your favorite chair. Do paired muscle relaxation to get rid of that tension and that stress so you can bring yourself to the center and go on and deal in a more productive way. So that's those are different ways you can use paired muscle relaxation for yourself. Can you think of how you might use paired muscle relaxation? Jackie. Deborah.
Sitting.
Sitting. Right. Well, like I said, if something aggravates you, go home and do some paired muscle relaxation. If or if you did a lot of trauma work, or if you had a really difficult time at your therapist's office, you discussed something really hard, go home and do some paired muscle relaxation to, honor your hard work. So another reason to use paired muscle relaxation. So the next thing we're going to go on to is distracting with accepts. And accepts is an acronym that we use in DBT, in Distress Tolerance specifically. That an accept stands for, each letter stands for something different. And we're going to go over distracting. So let's say we used tip to get rid of that really high, and now the high intensity, that 80, that 95, that 100 stress is now at something between a 35 to a 50, something where you can start using your skills to improve yourself. That's when you would start using accepts. So let me put this on the board. So we'll put on the board what accept stands for, and we'll go through it. Let's see here. A C C E P T S, accepts. And the A in accept stands for activities. Okay. So what activities can we use to distract ourselves? Well, the worksheet says we can use focus our attention on a task to get what you need to get done. You can rent movies, watch TV, clean a room in your house, find an event to go to, play computer games, go walking, exercise, build something, spend time with your children or your pet, play cards, read magazines, do a crossword puzzle, do an activity, something to keep you active, to distract you from what might be going on the inside. So that's how you would distract with activities. The first C in accepts stands for contributing. So how can you contribute? So contributing. And as contributing, we can volunteer. We can find volunteer work to do. We can help a family friend. We can surprise someone with something nice, a card, do a favor, a hug. Send them a surprise text. Send I'm thinking of you, stay safe. Contribute. Call or send, like I said, an instant message. Make something nice for someone else. Make a hand card. Do something thoughtful. Do something thoughtful for yourself. Contribute to your own well-being. Indulge in something. Go ahead and have that candy bar that might be in the fridge. So contribute to yourself. The next C in accepts is comparisons. And on the worksheet, when it talks about comparisons, compare how you're feeling now to a time when you felt different. where I was 7 years ago, a whole lot different than when I am now. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about 7 years from now. I agree with you, Deborah. I think I'm having a bad day. No, 7 years ago, I was having a bad day. Think about people coping the same as you or less well than you. Know that my friends are going through things as well. That something in their life might, they got a doctor's appointment coming up for some new medical condition that showed up. Other things are happening in people's lives too. It says compare yourselves to those less fortunate. Be grateful. And when I think compare yourself to those less fortunate, I think of your gratitudes. What are you grateful for? I am grateful for my house. I am grateful for my bed. I am grateful that I have a therapeutic team. I am grateful that I have the recovery center. I have these things in my life. Watch reality shows about others' troubles. I'm not into reality shows, so that's never been something I've done. Yeah, Deborah neither. So that is using comparisons. And the one in comparisons that I tend to use is compare how you're feeling now to a time when you felt different. I'll compare to where, and it's good to see how far you've come. It makes you feel good on the inside. It makes you once again grateful. Brings out the grateful. So that is the second C, and it's comparisons. Okay. So the E in accepts stands for with different emotions. Okay, emotions. So how do we use our emotions? Read an emotional book, an old story or old letters. Watch an emotional TV show or go to an emotional movie. Listen to emotional music. That's kind of odd to me because all music is emotional, because all music changes the brain. All music changes your physiology. So music is emotional, period. So, listening to music can change your emotions, ideas such as scary stories, joke books, comedies, humor, laughter changes our emotions. The physiology that it does to our bodies. It changes. It puts endorphins into action. It exercises our abs a little bit. Laugh exercises abs. Or go to the store and read the funny greeting card section. Anything to change your emotion. So with different emotions. The P in accepts is pushing away. And you think pushing away, is that healthy? Well, yeah, it is. Why? Because you're pushing it away for a while. You're not getting rid of it. You're not ignoring it. You're letting it come back to you when you're ready for it.
Okay.
Like, let's say, I know I'm going to have a difficult conversation with somebody. So I have planned out how I want to present myself. I've chosen my words. I've chosen my part of the dialogue. I can't choose their part of the dialogue. Their response is their own response. I have no influence over that. I have no influence over their reaction, but I've coped ahead. I've prepared. So, I did that. So I'm going to put away that uncomfortable confrontation that's coming up. I've prepared for it, but when time comes, I'll bring it out and deal with it. So pushing away, doesn't mean you forget about it or you suppress it. So like it says on the paper, push the situation away by leaving it for a while. Leave the situation mentally. Don't just stay focused on an uncomfortable confrontation. Block thoughts or images from your mind. Or let the thoughts and images, a good visualization is, let's say you think you're at the railroad tracks and you're watching a railroad Cooper. Let those thoughts go on each individual car. Just, put them away. Put away those thoughts. Put away those emotions. Not that you're making them go away forever, just temporarily saying go. Notice ruminating. When you catch yourself stuck on a thought, or you catch yourself saying, like, if I would tell myself, I wish I wasn't here, yell no, or I yell stop. It says yell no on a paper. I yell stop. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You notice yourself ruminating. You notice the bad thoughts going through your head, the bad tape. Yell stop. Push it away. Push that tape out. Yell stop. Put in the appropriate tape. Put in the positive affirmation. Or the one I had to say stop to a lot, or no to, was, I'm worthless. I'm not. I used to believe that, guys. I used to believe I had no worth. And if you're told you're worthless long enough, you'll believe it. And I had to stop. When I heard myself say that, was stop. I am of value. Stop. Push that negative thought away. Refuse to think about painful situations. I lost my significant other many, many years ago, like 30 some odd years now. I don't think about the actual situation, the actual day. I'll tell you that, he's not in my life anymore, but I don't go to that day, so don't think about the actual, that night, that, don't put yourself through the trauma again. And it says to deny the problem for a moment, deny that your house needs to be cleaned just for a moment. Yeah, you're going to get the laundry done. You can ignore it. You can deny your laundry for the next 15 minutes. Go ahead and have that ice cream sandwich.
Okay.
Then go do your laundry. So deny the problem for a moment. But come back to it. Yeah, my laundry. Yeah, I'll have my ice cream. Then I'll do I will watch this show, and then I will do. So that's way to use pushing away. Different ways to use pushing away. So the T in accepts stands for with other thoughts. And with other thoughts, what can we use? It says count to 10. Count 10 colors in a painting or a poster out the window. Count anything. Okay, right now, what we're going to do together is we're going to count 10 different colors in this room. I just counted 10 colors, and it took all of 30 seconds. Deborah's counted her 10 colors. And just in that short, with other thoughts, I have distracted myself with accepts, and I can now move on, or count the 10 out loud. Something that we use as a grounding technique is using our 5 senses. 5 things we see, 4 things we hear, 3 things we smell, 2 things we touch, 1 thing we taste. Using our thoughts to ground us, to bring us to the moment. Work puzzles, repeat words to a song, other thoughts. So that's the T, other thoughts. I love finding 10 colors in a room because you think it would be hard to do. It's not. There are so many colors and shades out there, and it's just that quick takes you to a different place. She just did it with me. Yeah. And now the S in accepts stands for with other sensations. And What other sensations? Well, it says squeeze a rubber ball very hard. You know, a stress ball, a wonderful thing. You know, you're doing something different, and focus on your hand, opening and closing. You know, or if you don't have a ball, I have a piece of Velcro on the back of my badge here. I can touch that. It feels different. You know, if my anxiety's high, or I got I forgot a word. Yeah, I have word loss because I get frustrated when I just touch. You know, it's okay. It's okay that I forgot that word. It's okay. You know, I'm not the only person who's ever forgot a word. It happens to everybody. So sensation. Listen to very loud music, and yes, very loud music can clear a lot. Hold ice or hand in your hand or your mouth. You know, like we did the tip. That's a sensation. Feeling the cold ice, you know, getting that dive response to change your physiology, to take you back to the present. Go out in the rain or the snow. Feel the rain or the snow. You know, take a hot or cold shower. Feel the water just flow down you. And while you're doing that, feel the suds. You know, just feel. Take time to feel the sensations. You know, or taste something that, you know, taste that pretzel. I mean, you're eating a whole bag of them. Really taste that pretzel. What does it feel like? What's the texture of the pretzel? What is the degree of saltiness? You know, taste it. You know, so use your senses. Use, you know, to help distract yourself. So the S is sensations. Sensations. So with a way to remember, wise mind accepts. A is activities. C is contributing. The other C is comparisons, emotions, pushing away, thoughts, and sensations. Different ways we can use accepts to help us distract, to bring down the stress, to make us productive again, to take that stress and, you know, it's not controlling us. We're in control of it. And by doing activity, we're in control. By, you know, pushing away the problem for a little bit. We'll come back to it, but we're in control of it. Yeah. We'll come to it when we want to deal with it. You know, sensations. Let's take a break. What is something to be grateful for? You know, so use wise mind accepts. So, and the cool part about this, I got the documents. The link is in the comments. You have these documents to take with you. Go to them. Look at them. You know, you don't know how TIP works? Look at it. You don't know, you forgot what intense exercise is about? Read what it's about. My DBT book. This isn't my DBT book. This is the book I use here at the center. This is the book I use here at the center that has all the skills I present to you guys. But here at work, I am totally flustered. I go to my DBT book at home. At home. I'm flustered. I don't know what to do. I go to my DBT book. The information is here. You know, it's always here. It's at my access. And I truly use my DBT skills. I took DBT formally for 5 years in a therapeutic setting. I have taught DBT here for almost as many years as a peer to teach you the skills. So, you know, I put the links. I have a link to the documents we use, so you have access to them, so you can look at it, to come back to it, to use for yourself. So, you know, I presented the skills today, so I can put the thought in your head, I can use this for myself. So, my challenge to you guys is to take these skills we talked about, and use them. Use them for yourself. If the emotion is way too high, if the harm urge is there, if the thought of use tip, don't be afraid to use it. If the anxiety is too high, if you're having that panic attack in the car, put your hand on that cold window. Let your hand feel the cold air coming through the air conditioning. If the stress isn't really high, but let's say you're uncomfortable sleeping, flip that pillow over, and that coolness might just take that relaxation to get you back to sleep. Use temperature to your advantage. Intense exercise, it breaks that cycle. It breaks the intense fear, anxiety, hatred, urge to harm. It breaks that and allows you to use a skill like accepts to distract yourself, to take you to a better place so that you're in control of the emotion, you're in control of what's going on. Use paired muscle relaxation, use paced breathing. My challenge is to use these tip skills. My challenge to you is to use Wise Mind Accepts. So I enjoy presenting DBT skills to you all. DBT to me is very helpful. It doesn't work overnight. I'm not going to say these skills make it work overnight, but if you stay with them, if you practice them, they become something you go to without even realizing it, and you're helping yourself, before you even know it. So with that, I thank you guys for being here. Deborah, thank you for showing up. It was nice to have somebody in class. Take care, be safe, do a random act of kindness, and I'll talk to you all next week. Thank you. Thank you, Deborah.